Hey everybody, as you can tell from the title of this video, it's time for my wife and I to say goodbye to the Pacific Northwest. We're heading out on a big adventure, and the video I'll release tomorrow will tell you all about that big adventure. But I just wanted to take a moment and say goodbye to the Pacific Northwest. Um, we've both lived here a great part of our lives. My wife grew up in the Tacoma area, and other than some time she spent going to school at Berkeley and living in the San Francisco area, she has lived in Seattle, the Seattle area, or the Portland, Oregon area for most of her life. I grew up in Southern California, but in the late 80s, I moved to the Olympia area, first to Rainier, Washington, and then to Olympia, Washington. I love the Olympia area. Spent about 12, 13 years there. I left and went to Minnesota for 3 years, 2001 to 2004. Loved my opportunity living in the upper Midwest and have so many friends and people that I love and cherish from my time there in the upper Midwest. But then in 2004, moved back to Pacific Northwest, moved to Portland, started out just off 148th and Division. And I've lived in the greater Portland area for, let's see, 2004 to 2025, it's about 21 years now. So that makes 30 years plus that I have had of summers. And I love the summers in the Pacific Northwest. It's absolutely beautiful here. I don't like it when it gets over 100, but boy, it's August, September in the Pacific Northwest is absolutely stunning. I love winters in the Pacific Northwest. I love it when it's 40 degrees and rainy and overcast, and there's a fire in the fireplace, and you can have chicken pot pie for dinner and a glass of really good wine, and just be cozy and take walks in that rain. I love winters. My favorite season in the Pacific Northwest is the fall. I absolutely love the fall. You get cool, really brisk mornings, and you get warm, sunny afternoons, and everything is orange and golden and absolutely stunning. I love falls in the Pacific Northwest. You know, speaking of Pacific Northwest and things I also love the geography, particularly in the Portland metro area. So many great places you can drive to, very close. I love Mount Hood. My wife and I have rented cabins up at Mount Hood a number of times, and that's been wonderful. Great place to get away and write. And then the Oregon coast. I've been blessed to see much of the coastline of the United States, and the Oregon coast is my favorite coastline in the U.S. It's so incredible. Spent a lot of time on the Oregon coast. Was blessed to work out there for a couple different years, and it's just magical and beautiful. And I'm not going to mention many people in this video, but I can't mention the Oregon coast without mentioning my dear friends Kendra and Alan. I love them tremendously. They are salt of the earth, tremendous, fantastic human beings. So yeah, the Oregon coast. If you can get out there, man, enjoy the Oregon coast. It is absolutely phenomenal. Another thing I love about the Oregon area, Portland area, is we just have an embarrassment of culinary riches. You know, some of the things that I think are really important, just part of the fabric of Oregon. You got blackberries, you got Marion berries, salmon, Dungeness crab. I tell you, Dungeness crab or Dungeness crab mac and cheese. Those dishes are phenomenal. JoJo's. Chicken and JoJo's, you get those at some of the dive bars here in Portland. Oh, just first rate. And of course, my friend Brian Yeager will tell you, my dear friend Brian Yeager, tater tots, they were created right here in Oregon. So there's a lot of fun things that are just part of what it means to be part of Oregon, the culinary scene. Tremendous craft beer, tremendous wine. When I'm blessed to travel the world and people start talking about craft beer or wine, I'll tell them, hey, some of the best craft beer you can find in the world comes from Oregon, or some of the best wine you'll find in the world comes from Oregon. Tremendous breweries and brewers and wineries and winemakers. If you've not been to Oregon, you need to come to Oregon and enjoy the craft beer, enjoy the wine. It is absolutely phenomenal. And other things we have here that I absolutely love, tremendous food carts. You can get some incredible food at a Portland food cart. We have great world-class restaurants here in Portland. Of course, much has been written about the Portland pizza scene, phenomenal pizza. I also love all the chocolate here in Portland and donuts. Oh my goodness, Portland has so many good places to get amazing donuts. There's a lot of really good ones. A Blue Star blueberry bourbon basil donut will probably always be one of my favorite donuts. And then any donut from Delicious Donuts, Penny and Bone, I love them so much. Any of their donuts are great, but their apple fritters are absolutely phenomenal. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention all of the incredible cheese here in Oregon. The Oregon Cheese Guild just does a phenomenal job celebrating cheese. I love all of the cheese, the great cheese that comes from Oregon. I already mentioned the seafood with the crab and the salmon. So much great seafood comes out of Oregon. off the coast of Oregon. I'm probably missing some culinary thing that I love that I'll go, "Oh, I can't believe I didn't mention that," but I've covered at least the things that come to my mind initially, and getting to cover those things, enjoy those things, celebrate them, support people in those various communities has been such a joy to me. But the thing I'm gonna miss the most of the Pacific Northwest, aside from all the amazing food and the great geography, is the people that I've come to know and love and cherish. And I hesitate to start naming names because there are multitudes of people that are on my heart right now that I'm thinking about. People, whether you're in Olympia or in Portland or on the Oregon coast or somewhere in Oregon, I'm going to miss all of you dearly. I just want you to know how much it's the people that have made my time here in the Pacific Northwest the most incredible and the most special. And I'm going to miss all of you. And like I said, tomorrow I'll release a video that talks about the grand adventure, the big adventure that my wife and I have headed out on, and what's next in our journey. But again, just know that as I say goodbye to the Pacific Northwest, the hardest part is saying bye to each and every one of you. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow.